This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports. We're delighted to be joined with the victorious Dominic Donegan, who moved to 7 wins last night, 7 wins, 4 defeats, and a draw. First Irish pro boxer, obviously on the scene in 2023. Dominic, I guess that's probably the start of the intent to go on, and probably a very busy year for you.
Yeah, no, definitely. I was delighted to get the win last night, and it was good to be out so early as well. So massive thanks to Ian. Said to him after my last fight in November that I wanted out as soon as possible again. So he got this fight for me. So I was delighted to get another win now there last night.
I guess as a change in scenery sometimes for you, can over to obviously Scotland, obviously new eyes and stuff on you. I know probably there's a lot of people maybe disappointed they weren't able to tune in and watch the fight, but kind of boxing's obviously had an issue recently with people trying to say there's streams for fights, like even on Facebook. You know, I hide the posts the minute they try to put links up, but obviously you weren't able to obviously the live stream the fight. So sort of talk me obviously through the fight with obviously CJ Wood last night. How did you how did the fight sort of go? You know, I guess people sort of left to the imagination, obviously, how the fight went. Was it sort of a fight you controlled sort of throughout?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be up on YouTube. I'm not actually sure if it'll be up on YouTube later or tomorrow, or maybe it might be up at all. But no, it was a different fight than the CJ Wood. Not CJ, the lad that fought last time. I actually forget his name. The
Was
lad
it
that fought
Josh
in
Cook?
November. Yeah, it was a different fight than him. I went out and just boxed. I boxed. I actually let him nearly throw. I countered, moved, got me range. I heard him in the first round with a body shot. Um, I if I had maybe put another wee bit more pressure off him, I could have got him out there early in the first. But I needed the rounds, just to get to 6 rounds as well. I got a round taken off me where it's arguable. I think I won every round comfortably, but to get a win is the main thing, Stephen. So I couldn't really. It was a good performance, good team performance. A lot of things to learn from it as well. You learn all these fights anyway. But no, I was very happy. So was, and with the stream, I was actually meant to stream my Facebook, but it said strictly no streaming, so it did. So and I had my family over as well, and one of them was gonna stream it, but they weren't. I didn't want them to get caught streaming it when I said strictly no streaming. So no, it was an entertaining fight. He came. He did come. He he tried to get a bit of success. It didn't really work for him, but I stuck to a plan. Me and Dan had a plan going in, and we stuck to it, and I got the business done.
Obviously, confidence wise for you, it's your first back to back win since obviously before the pandemic sort of kicked in, I guess. In boxing, obviously confidence is a big thing, and I know that you sort of haven't really sort of mentioned too much about it, but obviously putting back to back wins again. Now, do you feel that the old Dominic Donegan's coming back, sort of in a way? You know that you back to back wins now. You're starting to build a bit of momentum. How is it sort of feeling to you in your head? Just get the next fight in. Is that just nothing changes for you?
Nah, look, the confidence was hit there for a while, but that's my own personal stuff. Like, and I'm in a good place now. Head's good. Um, I'm in a happy place now, so you're going to just see me getting better and better. Now, like the fights I've lost and the fight I drawed to, I learned a good bit from that. Like I faced a good bit in the boxing ring already. There's nothing going to come surprise to me now. I was over at a fight before, and my opponent just pulled out at weigh-in. So there's nothing really more that can surprise me in the boxing ring. So you're only going to see the better Dominic Donegan in the next few fights. Like I'm only going to keep getting better and progressing.
You probably get I probably say you've got the perfect sort of trainer, and obviously Dan, because Dan's obviously been about the game for a long time, and I guess obviously a lot of Dan's sort of stuff is sort of understanding and sort of running with it. Dan, obviously, it's probably a good factor, and obviously, it's getting you stripping you sort of back to basics and sort of getting what we knew you had before the pandemic. And is it probably fair to say you probably owe a lot to Dan for sort of reigniting the sort of the fire in you and sort of getting you back to your strengths, and building, I guess, on that. And there's probably a lot more to come with that as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. He definitely did strip me back to basics. So the first session I had with Dan, I was like, Jesus, this boy doesn't think he can box at all. But nah, he stripped me right back. He stripped me to what I was good at. Because Dan seen me before, and like he knows I can box. And he actually seen my last few fights against. I can stand in for a fight as well, but I'm a stronger boxer, range and countering. So yeah, no, a good bit to thank Dan. I got on well with him and got on well with the team as well. James Freeman started up there, and Rory Trainer is one of Dan's amateurs. We have a good squad, and when you're training with people that you get on very well with, it's a happy place to be. So it is, you know.
Is that sort of bond, obviously, with, because I've obviously been in the gym a couple of times, with you training, obviously, with James and Rory. Is that sort of element sort of to it, adding it, the fact that James is obviously about to turn pro and Rory's still an amateur? He's have that sort of mix. These are all willing and eager to help each other along. Is that sort of helping you? Like you're sort of like a father sort of figure to the other two in a way, because you're the more experienced, obviously, as a professional. But is that sort of blend and balance sort of bringing out the best sort of with you in that as well?
I know that. Yeah, no, definitely. Like, is Rory a top? He's going to be a top amateur. Like, and James Freeman is going to open a lot of people's eyes now, because he has zero amateur experience, but he is an elite athlete. He played county football, and he's going to open a lot of people's eyes, because I had great rounds with him. He got me ready for this fight as well. Like, I think he's gonna open a lot of people's eyes now and they see him debut, and so it's it's a great gym to be in at the minute, and the atmosphere is good, and that's, I think that's part of my success as well. You know, that it's just happy. You know, it's a happy. You're not there thinking, "Oh, I'm going up here." I like driving up. You know, cracking.
I'm just losing you there a wee second. You were sort of saying there you'd obviously drive up. Obviously, you're driving up from Cavan. Obviously, a few times a week. Obviously, you spar, and I guess that's the good thing. Obviously, if you're enjoying that drive up and you're enjoying the spar and everything else, that's what's going to bring out the best in you long term, anyway, isn't it?
No, 100%. I like, people says Belfast an awful spin for me, but I don't. I literally don't mind the travel up, because I enjoy going in train. I enjoy the company of the lads, and it's it's a happy place, you know. And then you relax driving home, because even if things don't go to plan, like, we're always on the phone to each other, lifting each other up, and it's nah, it's good. It's very good.
And obviously you weren't very long, and obviously calling out obviously who you want next. You've obviously online you've obviously said you want Ben McGivern next. Obviously Ben's obviously been in there with Jamie Morrissey. Obviously your stablemate with Ian last year for the title. What is it obviously about Ben? Is it just the fact that Ben's like yourself? There's no hiding behind smoke screens. He just wants to fight. Is that obviously why you've called out Ben, or has there been talks ongoing for a while with that?
Yeah, no, there's talks ongoing. I was actually, it was Ian that said it to me. I think Sam mentioned it to Ian, and when Ian said it to me, I said, "Yeah, 100%." I only heard of Ben. Like, I never actually watched the fight with him and Jamie. I don't like. I wouldn't. I only watched a few of his fights there since he's been talked about. But no, he's game. You know, he came up to me even before my fight, just wished me best of luck, and then after it, he came up and we just said, "Let's get it on," and that's where I wouldn't even call it a call out because he wants to fight as well. Like so, we just do what we want, like because he obviously doesn't shy away from a fight, and I certainly don't. So
And
it's only going to take the best out of me as well. And this is a fight now. Well, I do believe I can win, and I wouldn't be taking. I don't take fights that I don't think I'd win. Same with the Owen Duffy fight. Same with the Graham fight. I wouldn't have took them fights if I didn't believe I could win them, but I fell short on them, and I'll do anything that I can not to fall short on this one.
do you sort of see that as a sort of, a Ben McGivern fight potentially next, obviously catapulting you back into, the sort of domestic scene, you obviously had fights with Graham, you had fights with Owen. You just fight anybody, you're one of these I've got gloves, will travel, it's like you don't even need to send me a contract, I'll just be there. Is that the sort of is that where you sort of see, the rest of 2023 is sort of getting yourself back into the domestic sort of picture, and potentially the Ben McGivern fight could be, say, for instance, for the British Boxing Board Celtic title, because obviously
Yeah,
that can sort of fall in line there as well. But it doesn't matter if there's a belt on the line, it's just as long as you're getting a fight.
yeah, no, 100%. It got 6 rounds there last night. It was good. Like it was good to get the feel of them 6 rounds again. If Ben McGivern's not next, please God, it is. If it's not, we'll go another 6 rounds. But nah, I just want to get out there. I want to be in them tough fights, and I'll either fight a middle or light middle. Like doesn't really doesn't really matter. Like, and even if I don't get Ben, maybe Owen O'Neill want his rematch. Because he talked about getting one back after the Ulster fight, and that was a hell of an Ulster fight, and that's not even a call out, Stephen. It's just a fight that maybe could happen down the line. Me and Owen O'Neill, but I think he could be moving down. And so I'm just open to fight anyone. I wouldn't really call. I'm not calling these boys out. It's just to make sense, And I just want to fight. And last night it just felt good. Like it just felt good to get back on winning ways, and whatever's next, I live down the hands of Ian and Dan. But I'll not be saying no to whoever they pick for me.
I know that obviously Ben's obviously out the 24th of February, so obviously another 4 weeks or so before he's back in action. What's the plan for you now? Obviously, you're going to take a break for a wee bit, or is it just maybe the weekend off and back to it again?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take a week off. Me and my girlfriend's now going for a nice meal tomorrow, so I'll be glad to get some nice food in me. And we're getting a late flight to see tonight at 11. So my family's over here as well, and we'll go around Glasgow and see a wee bit and that. So
Definitely.
so it'll just be handy. Take a week off and then get back into it.
Definitely. Well, listen, obviously, thanks very much for catching up with us. Obviously, I know you have to go and check out a hotel here very shortly. But obviously,
Yeah.
congratulations once again, and obviously your seventh pro victory. And fingers crossed, obviously, we can get obviously some fight news again soon. A really busy, obviously, Dominic Donegan's going to bring out the best of you in 2023. But obviously, have a great day in Glasgow, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you in Belfast very soon.
No problem. Thank you, Stephen.
Cheers, Dominic. Take care. Thanks. Bye
Bye
bye. Bye
bye.
bye. Bye.